What's up, guys? How's it going? Today we're going to be looking at the brand new Wyze V4. I'm going to be comparing it to both the Wyze V3 and the Wyze Pro, because as you can see, the V4 has an integrated spotlight and also 2.5K, that's the resolution, color night vision, compared to only 2K on the Wyze V3 Pro. So let's take a look at this. On the side here, we can see that they both have a list of features. It looks like there are more on here. So compared to the V3, we get 2.5K versus 1080p. Get the same IP65 weather rating, so that's light rain and a level of dust resistance also. Two-way audio. I've heard that the microphone on the V4 is significantly better. Get the same recording. We now have, again, the integrated spotlight, which you can also find on the Wyze V3 Pro, so we'll be testing that. It looks like it's a bit bigger, so we'll see if it's any brighter also. Also, as we can see on the V3 Pro as well, they now have a desktop app in your browser where you can see the streams directly from your computer. Also have person, pet, and vehicle detection, as we also get on the V3. Remote live streaming, instant notifications. I guess they're just trying to promote those specific features. So let's get right into unboxing it and see what we get. Alright, we get a sticker here. We get the same badge in the app. I backed Wyze V4. I don't know if that's just an early adopter thing, but there we go. Get a quick start guide, although I will be following the instructions in the app and showing you the setup process. And here it is. Okay, so here we are. We do get the IP65 weather resistant connection here. And this does look like a significantly larger sensor. It is f1.6, 2.8 millimeters, and it's 4 megapixels. You can see it looks like we actually have two microphones, one on each side there, and then our status indication light, and also a new finish on the outside here. You can see that we get the same setup button and micro SD card slot. Micro SD card is sold separately, and then we have our mount, just like that. We get our USB cable. So this goes perfectly into here. Then it's USB-A. It's a nice long cable. And for this, you can actually mount it to a wall. So you get 3M adhesive. And then the mount on the camera itself is magnetic, as you can see like that. So we get this ring-shaped 3M that goes just like that. And then you can actually otherwise screw the mount into a wall. We get our power adapter, Wyze branded AC adapter. And then finally, here is mounting. Comes with 2 screws and 2 anchors. One is for the camera itself. You can see that you can mount it either with a screw, and then the other one is if you want to mount it using the magnetic bracket. Alright, so I have the brand new V4. I have my V3 Pro, and I have the V3 here. So let's just look at the physical differences so far. So we can first see here between the older models and the V4 is that it looks like they're using a new, more textured plastic. The only problem I have with that, it might be more prone to getting dirty and it might be harder to wipe off. We'll see about that. Looks like it does have the same mounting system, as we can see on the bottom here. It is also similar in the same way, where there's kind of a lip on the front and back, so the mount kind of just nestles in there like that. Compared to the V3 Pro, we do get a hardwired cable that then goes to a port compared to this. I'm guessing that's just for better water resistance. Looks like we do have a bigger speaker grill. I don't know if that means there's a bigger speaker, but I think there is actually. And it looks like the mounts actually might be slightly different here. You can see that this one is a bit more squared off, while this one is a bit more round. But from that though, they look the same. Then compared to the even earlier V3, you can see that again there are 2 microphones now, and the IR lights must actually be built into this bezel here rather than in this larger bezel. But the cameras do appear to actually be the same size and use the same manufacturing technique of, looks like they just slide everything in from the front, because you can see there's a seam there and nowhere else on the camera. You can see here on the V3 there is a seam also on the back. Looks here like they just put it all in from the front. Also here on the V3 Pro versus the V4, it looks like they do have the same LEDs for the spotlight, just 2 of them. These 2 are closer together and undiffused, while these 2 are a bit more spread apart and a bit more diffused, so we'll see if that makes a difference. But it looks like they are actually using maybe the same sensor as on the V3 Pro, because they both say 4 megapixel f1.6 and 2.8 millimeter. So I guess we'll test the visual quality between 2K and 2.5K. So let's go ahead and test these 3 cameras, comparing them. So I just plugged in my Wyze Cam V4, and now let's go through the setup process. First you're going to go click the plus button, you can click add device, cameras, Wyze Cam V4, you'll see it's up here at the top. Alright, we plugged it in. Alright, now I'm going to press setup on the bottom.
Ready to connect.
I heard it say ready to connect. Now let's begin the setup. And now it's looking for my device, and it is connecting it through Bluetooth. Alright, now I'm going to connect to my home Wi-Fi network.
Connection is in progress. Please wait.
And here are the 3 steps to fully connect it. Alright, the setup is completed. You can name it whatever you want. I'll just say Pet Cam. Now let's click next. Alright, I actually have a Wyze Cam Unlimited yearly plan, so I'm going to connect it to Wyze Cam Plus. Wyze Cam Plus allows you to use AI for pet detection, package, vehicle, and also crying baby, breaking glass, smoke alarms, and other features that are quite nice to have. Personally, I like the package detection and pet detection. Alright, so you can share the device if you so choose. I'm going to skip that for now. Alright, so this will most likely be the case when you get your Wyze Cam. Let's upgrade the firmware right now. And I personally turn automatic updates off. Alright, let's update it, then check the video quality along with the V3 Pro and the V3. The update went great, no issues there. Let's click done. Got a badge for owning the Wyze Cam V4. And you can see here we have a few options. Smart Focus is still in beta. I think this was new on the Wyze Cam OG. And that just selects and zooms in on any moving object. And then if I come in closer to frame here, like right in the center, it will zoom back out again as much as it can. Still a beta feature, but kind of nice. Alright, so here is the original Wyze Cam V3, and let's just zoom in on my NES there, and that is what the video quality looks like in full light. This is the Wyze Cam V3 Pro. Again, let's zoom in on my NES there. And you can see in 2K or 1440p, it is significantly larger, and we can also zoom in farther. Now, let's test out the Wyze Cam V4 with a 2.5K resolution. Confused right here now though. It's only showing me 2K resolution, and it says it has QHD 2.5K resolution along with 2.5K color night vision. So I'm not sure why it isn't showing me that option though, but maybe it is actually on by default and it's just easier to put 2K. I'm not sure. And you'll see those improvements with each generation. The V3 Pro has a sharper image, better resolution, while the V4 has
significantly more accurate colors, and it seems like it has a bit of a softer image than the V3 Pro.
So now I'm going to test the microphone and speaker quality on the 3 cameras. So we're going to start with the V4, then the V3 Pro, and then the V3. I'm thinking that it should be significantly better in both areas on the V4, because it has the dual microphones, and I think I saw somewhere that also has an upgraded speaker. So now let's put them all together, and I'll let you be the judge of whether it's worth upgrading to the V3 Pro or the V4.
This is the speaker quality of the Wyze V3 recorded on my iPhone.
This is the speaker quality of the Wyze V3 Pro recorded by my iPhone.
This is the speaker quality of the Wyze V4 recorded by my iPhone.
This is the microphone quality on the Wyze V3 recorded by my Galaxy Z Flip. Alright, so this is the microphone quality on the Wyze V3 Pro recorded by my Galaxy Z Flip. This is the microphone quality on the Wyze V4 recorded by my Samsung Galaxy Z Flip.
Alright, now let's test the spotlights on all 3 cameras.
So here's the external light on the Wyze V3, spotlight on the Wyze V3 Pro, and here is the spotlight on the Wyze V4.
So comparing the 3, the V3 external spotlight is actually brighter, and by looking through settings, it looks like we unfortunately cannot use it on either the V3 Pro or the V4. You can see that the V3 Pro has a cooler light, while the V4 has a slightly warmer light, which I think is attributed to the diffuser that goes over the LEDs. And it does look like the V4 actually has a brighter spotlight, either that or just more color accurate sensor, because we can see on the TV stand there, we can see a lot more of the detail and color than on the V3 Pro. So thank you guys for watching, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the very next video.